right, looking at the back of this paper right here. I want to talk about this. Now we want to go from a verbal expression to an algebraic expression, okay? So let's look at this. It says 2 times the quantity of y plus 11. Well, 2 times, and the quantity of, we just talked about that, means parentheses, what's coming next, and we're going to say y plus 11. Go ahead and take a minute, see if you can fill these in. Pause me, ready, set, go. All right, I'm going to assume we were good. It says n cubed, which is going to be, and it's a capital N, so n to the 3rd power, increased by, if we look on back there, that's addition plus 5. Now, it says 1 minus the quotient of. So 1 minus the quotient of means we're going to divide whatever's next, right? I'll even put it in parentheses. R and 7. So that's going to be R divided by 7. And I could have also written this as just 1 minus R divided by 7 or 1 minus R divided by 7. All work, right? The product of P and 6, product of, I'm going to multiply what's next. So this is just, now keep in mind, I'm going to write this as 6P. You may be tempted to write it as P6, but whenever you have a number and a variable multiply together, you always write the digit first and the variable last. 10 less than the product of. Okay, so 10 less than. This one's hard because it's not 10 minus. If I said I have $5 less than you, I would take the amount of dollars you have and I would subtract 5. So in this case, I'm going to end with minus 10, right? Because 10 less than is really minus 10. And what is it less than? The product of 7 and f. So 7f. See how that works? Okay? All right. Let's go ahead and go to the next. We're going to talk about evaluating. First, we want to get into the substitution property, which is going to be right here. Now, on your notes, it says words. I'd rather you cross that out, write symbols, and just write this area as symbols. And an example. So you should write if A equals B, then A may be replaced by B in any expression. In the area where I marked it words on accident, my bad, typo. Hopefully I'll fix that online. And then last, where it says example, write that if M equals 11, then 4M equals 4 times 11, right? Because we're just plugging in 11 for 4. Pause this, take a minute, write that down. We're going to move on. Okay. So again, right here, you should have crossed that out and written symbols. And all right, now let's use this idea of substitution. We're just substituting a number in for a letter to evaluate these expressions. Right here, I have 3p, but I'm told up here p equals 6, q equals 0.5, and r equals 10. So this is going to be p equals 6, so 3 times 6, right? Which equals 18. Boom. This is q squared, so I'm going to take q, which is 0.5. Don't let those decimals freak you out. This just equals 0.5 times 0.5, which is, what's 5 times 5? 25. And we count the numbers behind the decimal, 1, 2, and it's 0.25. Look at that. Go ahead and see if you can evaluate the rest of them. Ready, set, go. Pause this, all that good stuff. I'll take a drink of coffee. Give you a chance to pause. All right, let's look at this. Q is 0.5, so I'm going to have 4 times 0.5, which is just half, plus R, which is 10. I like to substitute things in parentheses. It just helps me know, hey, this is a placeholder. I put it in there. What's half of 4? It's 2. 2 plus 10 is 12. Boom. Let's try P times R cubed. Well, P is 6. So 6 times my R is 10 to the 3rd power. Little trick is when you're doing 10 to the 3rd power, that's 10 times 10 times 10. Just count the zeros. That's 3 zeros. So this is going to end up equaling 6 times 1,000, which equals 6,000. Awesome. Let's go ahead and finish up our last problem. It's about texting, man. And this is actually data from like not too long ago. The graph shows the average number of texts sent by different age groups per month. So in 18 to 24 sends about 2,022 texts per month per person. In the age group of 25 to 34, it's about 1,100, right? And so on and so forth. Now, what it says, let X represent 18 to 24-year-olds, Y represent 25 to 34-year-olds, and Z represent 35 to 44-year-olds. So we're only going up to we're only looking at this set of the graph, right? Makes sense. As people get older, they text less, generally speaking. Write an expression to represent the total number of texts sent by people ages 18 to 44, okay? Well, here's the deal. These represent the amount of people. I know each person 18 to 24 is going to send 2,022 texts on average. So if this is X, this is Y, and this is Z, I'm just going to write it in there, 2,022 times X. And right here, I'm going to write in, all right, for 25 to 34-year-olds is 1,110 texts times the amount of people. And this one is 831 times the amount of people, okay? How many text messages are sent in 4 months by people ages 18 to 44? Let's plug that in. So, if these represent the people in the months for those, we're just going to plug in for those. So I'm going to have 22 times 4 plus 1110 times 4 plus 831 times 4. Are you ready? And what do we end up with? And this is, I think this is actually 2014 data. So can you imagine how much it is now? I guarantee it's increased. But let's do this. I'm just going to plug this in the calculator because I want to. I don't want to add this up. 22 times 4 plus 110 times 4 plus 831 times 4. And the reason this is going to work on a calculator is order of operations going to make the multiplication happen first before adding, which means, holy cow, did I write that in right? No, I didn't. I just see what I did wrong. I did 110. So 22 times 4 plus 1,110. I did 110 last time. Times 4 plus 831 times 4. That number looked a little low for me. There we go. 15,852 texts per month. 15,880. Is that 82? 52, excuse me. Now it's a word problem, so it gets a word answer. So my answer is going to be about 15,852 texts sent in 4 months, according to this data. I bet this is up to about 100,000 now. I'm willing to bet. I've seen the data. It's gone up a lot, but people, pretty much everybody owns a cell phone now. So there we go. All right. This is it. This is how we use algebraic expressions. We can write the expression. We can fill it in to evaluate it. And we're ready to go. With that said, peace out.